Alright. First thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna pass on eating paper because I'm paleo, and paper's not paleo. Yeah, Tuesdays are just a crazy day for me, so that's why it didn't happen on a Tuesday. And this video is actually happening pretty late too. Probably because my whole sleeping, work, homework schedule is all out of whack, but that's how it goes. Eric, as far as your video, do you have like some kind of dragon paperweight that's like drinking a bottle of wine? What the hell was that? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so as far as your job, I'm not really sure what you do. Sounds like you do Navy stuff, which I don't really know too much about Navy stuff. There's a lot of Navy stuff out here, though. There's actually a naval base out in Everett, and they have some kind of ship. And yeah, the Navy's like a big thing here. I meet people from like all over the South who move up here because of the Navy. And actually, I met one of my students is in the Navy. So you should elaborate more on what your job is, because I thought you're out of the Navy, but like I said, I don't know how the Navy works too much. As far as responding about school, yeah, like everything that you do in life is like it's so hard to see the point in what you're doing unless it's like something that you really love. Then it's like no big deal. But if it's stuff that you're doing because it's like for a future goal, some days it's like you just have to accept that this is what you have to do for now and trust that, eventually it's going to change. I'm not speaking from experience or anything like that, but that's how I get through it, because I feel like so much of what I'm doing now is like just working my way through like all these stupid ass hoops I have to jump through to get to where I want to be. Namely, my nemesis is commuting. The commuting is driving me nuts because when I lived in Sacramento, it was like 5 minutes to everything. Like my gym was like 1 minute away from my house. My grocery store was like 1 minute away. My work was 15 minutes away. I mean, my neighborhood sucked, but readjusting to this commuting thing, especially with traffic, is like something that I deal with on a daily basis, where I'm really trying to like be like, okay, there's nothing I can do about this. I need to quit complaining about it, even if the people of Washington just drive me crazy. Anyway, so in a roundabout way, if you feel like something sucks, you should either change it, or if you can't change it, just make the best of it, because nothing's going to happen. And the more you fight it, the more it's going to suck. Thinking back on my life now, high school and elementary school and all that stuff was like so inconsequential to my life now. Like, no one gives a rat's ass about what you do in high school. They don't care about your grades. They don't care about any of that stuff. They only care about if you have a college degree and your work experience. As far as what I teach, Chris, I teach pharmacy technicians, and this is a good way for me to get experience because I'm actually in school for stuff like graphic design and photography, which is what I want to teach when I graduate. But you have to have like a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And I don't have those things because they're expensive and time intensive, but I'll get them eventually. But I can teach pharmacy techs because I have a lot of work experience, and you don't need a degree to teach those, so it's working out pretty good for me. What else? Yeah, as far as working at a gym, I don't know if you've ever been to a gym, but those people are not trainers, and they don't know jack shit about nutrition because they're all skinny as hell or morbidly obese. Those are my favorites. So as long as you kind of throw around some like bro science, like muscle confusion, and like, I don't know, ketones, people are gonna think you know what you're talking about, and you're good to go. I wouldn't work at a gym just because the people would irritate me, and you don't get to really train them. I mean, if I pay a trainer to train me, I better be throwing up at the end of my workout. And I actually do that from time to time. I have a trainer, and I pay him, and I tell him that I better throw up at least twice, and he delivers. I think last time we did leg day, I threw up 4 times. If you're working at like 24-hour fitness or something like that, you don't get to do stuff like that. You basically just sit and chit-chat with old ladies all day while they heave around 2-pound weights because it tones their arms. So it's a pretty easy job if you want to do it, but you don't have to be particularly physically fit to get one of those, from what I've seen. I don't know why I've been bitching about having so much trouble waking up at 4, which is when I like to wake up, because Eric is doing it, and of all people, if Eric can do it, I can do it. So I think it's time to get my ass in gear. With that said, this video is pretty long, and it's 10:30 on the Pacific Coast, which is midnight 30 for you, Christian. And I think I'm gonna sign off and go to bed. Alright, till next time.